Hey everyone, Pan interviewing here. I spend quite a lot of time online, especially on MewTube. Well, that should be obvious, I make MewTube videos. But there's one creator I've been watching closely, that being the Mythic Busters. You probably haven't heard of John and Gregory's work since they started about 2 weeks ago. Basically, they make videos testing out myths about Pokemon you've probably heard of. Unless you're me, I've never heard of most of these things. Like Honedge eating your soul, Gardevoir breaking space-time, the whole deal with Mimikyu. Oh, and yeah, the Ninetales curse thing. And spoilers, that one's real. John, the host of Mythic Busters, has been cursed to be a female Braixen, and while John's cursed, we'll call him Flare with she/her pronouns. There's a lot more nuance to the situation, such as how John's two Pokemon, a Lopunny named Punai, and his Rotom phone, Protom, are dealing with this. Well, also, John, or Flare, seems to be in a constant war with Protom. Flare's also known for not really liking Pokemon. In general, she sees them as less when compared to humans, other than Punai, of course. So when you accidentally trip on a Ninetales tails and get cursed to be a Braixen, what do? Drown in sorrow and slowly succumb to the Pokemon instinct as you gradually lose yourself? No. You go back and you apologize to the Ninetales. After everyone basically begged you to. So you go back, apologize for falling on the tails, and then immediately insult them several times back to back, causing things to just get worse. Wow! And of course, people were not happy with that. I was not happy with that. I try to see the best in people, and this really had me wondering how wrong I was. So I've taken some time, thought about some things, and I reached out to see if Flare would be willing to talk about things with someone outside of their typical or atypical day-to-day life. But Flare's a Pokemon right now? I can't understand that. So I've done my best to jury-rig something together. A little bit of coding, a little bit of Google Translate, and I think I've got something good enough to work for an interview. Hey everyone, Pan interviewing here. Today I've had the pleasure to try and have a conversation with Flare, or formerly John from the Mythic Busters. I think I've gotten all the Google Translate stuff working. Flare?
Yes?
Actually, that's working better than I expected. Okay. Well,
It is? Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Good. Hello.
Yeah. Would you like to let's start with nice, basic, easy stuff? Would you like to tell us or me anything about yourself? You know.
Hello. Sure. My name is Flare. I am a human whose circumstances I don't really want to get into immediately off the bat. Currently, I'm stuck like a Braixen for now. It's temporary.
Yeah. Temporary. Temporary, yeah, I'm sure. So, obviously, I know I started looking at some of your stuff, and you really started getting on people's radars with Mythic Busters. But did you do anything before the Mythic Busters, or was that your first attempt at putting yourself out there?
I did a few things. Most people probably don't know of them. I tried to make a movie before. I didn't quite get it done. I wasn't able to really get all the editing that I wanted to get done, and it didn't really come out. I tried to start a MewTube channel before, but my talent kind of left. And then I started the Mythic Busters.
It's very interesting. I know for me, I just kind of started this YouTube channel, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You have to find something to do to pass the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
So for Mythic Busters, is Gregory the editor, or?
He is, yes. He is the one who actually knows how to do all the editing stuff, so I and Punai go out and we record the footage, and then we give it to Gregory, and he actually puts it together.
Now, were you friends before this, I'm assuming?
Oh, yeah, we've been friends for a while now. Somewhere around, like, I want to say 15 years?
Oh,
10 years?
Quite long, then.
Yep, not as long as Panay, but still.
So, what were you hoping to achieve with Mythic Busters?
I wanted to get famous and make some money. I mean,
yeah, that's fair.
I know that's the standard answer, but I really did hope it would pan out.
Yeah, MewTube isn't all that great, but hey, if you get to the point of sponsors, hey, if there's any sponsors, you know, if anyone wants to, I'll sell potions or something. I know I don't use them.
Exactly. Annoyingly, I can't really continue doing that because nobody understands frickin' breaks and speak. And I'm not going to do sponsorships for some shampoo brand. It's not that funny.
It's a little funny. Yeah, so as you mentioned, yeah, the whole Mythic Busters thing, yeah, it's on pause, hopefully, right now?
It's on pause until I can sort this whole thing out.
Yeah.
Eventually I hope to get back to it, though.
Yeah, with the whole Ninetales bit, which happened.
It did. Yes.
So, I guess, you know, I should probably be... I think we can mention what's happened recently. Recently, as of this recording, this is probably going to be a few days out. Yeah, so you went back.
I did.
You apologized.
I did, yes. I followed the plan to a T, thank you, as I laid it out.
You beckoned them closer, said something, and then stepped back and delivered a chain of insults.
I wouldn't call them insults, per se.
Okay.
I'd say it's more just critique.
Critiques, sure, yeah.
It was really, really bad.
You offered a chain of critiques. What was that middle part, though? Between the apology and the...
You know. What do you think I said?
I'm personally... I suppose you should be lucky if you haven't been able to tell or haven't reviewed the footage that Protom's posted. But that section, it's not that audible. But what is kind of visible is the visible reaction that the Ninetales had, which is making me think you said something quite interesting. But not an insult. I don't think you started with an insult there. I think you hopped to an insult.
I think you're reading too far into this. I offered her my critiques. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm a human.
As we both are. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good. So long as you get that.
Great, good. So let's scoot back in time a little bit.
All right.
So when you were initially cursed to this,
which one?
Okay, you know what? We can go through the whole thing. I guess this is gonna be like my one chance to ask you directly. Hey, are you like okay after that Mimikyu bit? I was like genuinely concerned.
I'm fine now. I'm probably gonna be seeing that shit in my nightmares, but I think I'm fine. I mean, my luck's not as bad as before. I haven't stubbed my toes in a while. I haven't lost my stick anywhere for a bit, so I think I'm probably clear of the Mimikyu's curse.
So, all right. So we're at the point where you're willing to admit that curse was a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can only really deny the bad luck so much. I mean, even after the Ninetales incident, I was still having a lot of really bad luck. Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to go with that was probably a curse.
Yeah. And then that immediately led into, several stubbed toes. You deciding to go try out the Ninetales bit, even though Gregory asked you not to. Once again, shout out to Protom for leaking private DMs.
Yeah, he did. But, I mean, I kind of had to. I didn't want to just leave it without content. The whole thing with MewTube is that you have to be on the content treadmill. You have to put things out. And the Ninetales one seemed like the most enticing option. I knew where they were. I knew that I could go and find them without much issue. I knew that they were contest Pokemon. It's not really a threat, so I figured I'd just go test that out.
Yeah. And that is fair, because you also, I believe, back on your first post where Proton was messing with the profile picture, the whole Ninetales bit was even mentioned there.
Yeah. Frickin' Protom. It's not that funny. He's just a dick.
Yes, I'm sorry. When it comes to traumatic things, my defense mechanism is to laugh at things. Not all of this is directed at you.
Bit of a weird defense mechanism, but fine. Seems like a lot of people are laughing at me constantly nowadays, so I guess I'm getting used to it.
Yeah. It's certainly a situation.
No freaking kidding.
But yes, I completely understand the whole treadmill situation when it comes to MewTube. In fact, I need to get something out there probably soon.
Well, you understand that urgency, right?
And when you set your mind on something, you're gonna do it. Of
course I am.
Even if you really shouldn't, with an insane amount of bad luck, but...
Bad luck or not, time waits for no man.
Very true, very true. So, when you... I guess I'll use the word recovered here.
Alright.
And we're back at, I presume it... Correct me if I'm wrong, Gregory's place?
Yeah, I can't really go back to the old place, to my home. They'd kick me out immediately.
Yeah.
As well as Panay and Protom, as much as I would love to see that happen.
Well, yeah, the maids at your place aren't even...
The help, yes.
Yeah, they're not even allowed to, bring Pokeballs or anything in?
They are not. I honestly didn't even know that they had a Mimikyu until I reached out.
Yeah. But, when you were recovered, I believe that, Panay made some sort of deal with Protom to not be as much as a, let's say, prankster. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot from him. He's very sweet when he wants to be. Which is quite often, actually. But, yeah, I was aware of that. Didn't exactly stop the little bastard, but he did calm down a little bit, so that's something.
Which is nice. I think, if anything, you could use some calm in your life as of the moment.
Just a little bit, yeah. It's not exactly easy getting used to all of this. I mean, have you ever tried to pick up a frickin' pen with some paws? It doesn't work. You have to hold it with both hands, and then you can't do anything else with them.
Yeah,
it's really frickin' heavy.
I would imagine. Oh, that too, yeah. I imagine that the size difference doesn't help.
Yeah, at first, when I was still in my human form and uncursed, I was able to just, pat Panay whenever I wanted on the head, because he's a really good boy, and he's like a head shorter than me, and now I'm looking up at him.
Yeah.
He's doing the same thing to me.
And that's nice, right?
Yeah, a little bit. But that's just instinct.
Fair enough. Now, in one of the videos that Protom posted, the one where you were wagging your tail, lost that bet. You were looking up historical Pokemon. I assume because of the story that V mentioned. Was there any other intents to that?
I mean, I just wanted to look up some history is all.
That's fair. Are you big into history?
I like some things about history. I mean, what else am I going to do like this? I can't exactly go out to the local arcade or anything.
Yeah, fair.
So I might as well look that sort of thing up. And, I mean, maybe I can learn something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
New myths to break.
that story that V mentioned was rather interesting. I had to go read up on it myself.
Right.
But also, in that video, Panay says something towards the end of it, in response to, you wanting to look that stuff up. He says, and I have a quote here, "I'm glad to hear that. About time you got stories from some other perspective than dusty old tomes from that club you visited. Do you read often?"
I read occasionally. It's good for the human mind to go and read about stuff.
Of course. Hopefully more than replies on chatter.
Yes, I have more of a life outside of this hell site. Thank you very much. I still work.
So, I'm gonna assume I'm not gonna get an answer. What were those books?
Old and dusty.
You're right, those are the words described.
And that is what they are, yes. Old and dusty.
And what about the club you got them from? The one your father took you to several times? Where you got those books? The place where Panay suggests that you got more and more infuriating after each visit?
I can't really talk about that right now, thank you. Can we change the topic to something else?
Your father hates Pokemon, alright? That's obvious. You know the whole, most Pokemon are only interested in eating, sleeping, and breeding.
He has said that, yes. But I mean...
He never liked that you bought an egg. He never liked that you have Panay.
Yes.
He was hoping you'd get bored with him or lose him, and it never happened. Clearly your bond with him is stronger than ever. But
so maybe... about the time when I was stuck with Protom out in the wild.
So he did something more drastic, yeah? Something to try to convince you that every Pokemon is less than human?
So about the time that we were in the wild.
Flare. I'm trying to help you here. Everyone online seems to, for lack of a better word, despise you.
That they do. Yeah.
I don't know what happened in there. I don't know what books you retrieved from there. But clearly something happened, and you've been struggling with that ever since, and now it's only come to the forefront because you're, you right now.
Look, I want to talk about it, but it's not... I can't talk about it, alright? It's not exactly the sort of thing I should be talking about, alright? Can we just change it to something else?
Yeah, sure.
Please? Thank you.
So, yeah, sure. I've got like another topic to mention. So
Great,
yeah,
let's go with that.
when you were your your reviews of the Ninetales and their location, their work. Several people have asked why you did that. I believe your response several times was that you, quote, had to do it.
Are you just trying to anger me here? Or are you trying to, like... Are you trying to psychoanalyze me? This isn't a therapy session, you know?
This is not a therapy session, you're right. I want to point out, and I want you to tell me if I'm wrong here, okay? You had to do
Fine.
it. You seem to be a lot more nonchalant about you being Breakson right now.
I didn't die. That's a good thing. Is it wrong for me to celebrate not getting killed by some wild Pokemon? Because it decided that I was, I don't know, not worthy or whatever? Like it can frickin' judge.
Starting to think that you might have come to terms with your situation a little bit.
I am human.
Mm-hmm.
No curse is going to change that.
And do you not want to go back to, your regular body? Because it's nice to be able to talk with Panai directly? Or...
I want to go back to being human. I mean, I like talking with Panai, and there are some things that I really like him doing with me, but I still want to be human. There's so many things I can't do like this. I can't go shopping. I can't access my bank account. You ever try to go and try to withdraw money from a bank as it breaks, and they just look at you weird? It's really uncomfortable, and I don't really want to stay like this because, there's a lot of myths about people going a little crazy like this if they stay too long. And I want to get back on my career, and I don't want to have to worry about people trying to catch me or chase me down or whatever. I want to go back to being human.
Well, I'm glad you could clarify that.
Yeah.
Well, I believe that's about everything I had written down that I wanted to mention.
Alright. Done trying to pry into my past or whatever, right?
I will apologize. That was got a little more intrusive than I intended it to be.
Look, Dad's a dick. I recognize that. But I'm not going into it.
Very fair. I'm sure we all have our parental problems.
So, new topic?
So, Gregory has cooked several things, mainly the poffins for the show, other things. Are they that good?
I mean, yeah, I mean, he cooked a lot of poffins. It really helped in getting the footage, because a lot of Pokemon seem to go head over heels for that. I mean, I don't get it, but whatever. He hasn't really cooked much, though. He's kind of just been stuck in his room, like some sort of hermit.
Yeah.
I swear, he's not getting any sunlight.
Do you know what he does for a job? It might be something online.
He edits, so he makes video stuff. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah. And editing is quite time-consuming.
So he's told me. I mean, I don't get the whole, fanfare about it. Seems easy to me. Just cut them up and throw them together.
I take offense to this.
I'm not surprised.
Okay, I know the interview's happening now. When this goes up several days from now, I want you to know I have been almost doing nothing but editing. This is gonna take a while.
If you say so. I mean, I'll take your word for it. You're human, so like, can't be that wrong.
It's just a pro tip for you. If you want people to stop assuming that you might be, I don't know, a bad person, stop referring to people as, well, you're human or you're not human. I
mean, it's true. Have you seen Rocky? Have you seen a freaking Rockruff running around? Those things can get entertained by just chasing their own tail.
Yeah. But I mean, have you not been entertained by watching a Pokemon chase its own tail for an extended period of time?
No, it's just embarrassing.
Alright, okay. That one might just be me then.
Yeah.
Although,
I swear there's some that are just blighted from the start. Ugh. Poor bastards.
I guess the last thing I've got to wrap it up is, do you have what are your feelings about, like, contest Pokemon? Because you've mentioned several times that the Ninetales is, or I guess was one of those, I believe that when the trainer passed, the Ninetales was released. But...
Yeah, it's kind of sad, but like, yeah, from my understanding, that's what happened. Trainer died, and as well, yes, but the Ninetales to be released, and they went with it, so thank Arc that they did, because like otherwise I wouldn't have a Ninetales to go with. Ninetales aren't exactly native to Kalos.
Yeah, very fair. But so contest Pokemon, are you not a fan of contests, or?
I mean, contests are nice. They're pretty. It's impressive what trainers can teach their Pokemon. It's honestly kind of impressive just how creative they can get.
Yeah, creative. There's this cool guy on Chatter. It's Callisto. I think you should definitely look into it. I think
right, Callisto.
Oh, actually, that's right. He did. He did reply to that train wreck. Maybe don't go look at his stuff.
I already know about him, or at least a little bit, what he said on Chatter. I mean, his Altaria is really pretty.
That's fair.
He can go suck a dick.
I think that's the perfect amount of drama to end on. So, once again, thank you, Flair, for the chance to do this, I guess, interview, or if you're feeling it, interrogation.
Certainly felt like an interrogation in the middle there.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for having me. I don't really have much to do right now, so it's nice to get my mind off of things.
Yeah, and say hi to Punai for me if you're still on speaking terms.
I'll try, but no promises. He's still being really quiet around me. I don't know why.
Yeah. Alright, well that wraps it up here for the interview. I guess I'm gonna cut to whatever outro I make after this. And now. So, that was certainly something. I have always liked to believe that people are good, well, before they're proven to be bad, and the recent stuff surrounding Flair has made a ton of people not like her, even to the point of hating her. But I still believe that there's some amount of good inside of Flair, and from the stuff I found, there might be. I wasn't able to get them to open up, as you've seen. So that's where we're at right now. It's a developing situation over there, and for some reason I expect it to go on for a long while. Will the Mythic Busters ever return? Will Flair ever actually apologize? What does Gregory think about all of this? And what about Flair's father, that club, those books, the the whole situation. I have nothing to show you. I mean, they're in a completely different region. I can't go there. Well, maybe one day. Regardless, I've got nothing else. I'm Pan Gaming, signing off. Hey, actual person making the video here, I just need to pop in to mention a few things. First of all, huge thank you to Wyvern, as they caused all of this. They infuriated me and many others enough for me to actually commit to this interview concept. Their characters are very fun, and I enjoy the story taking place. I wait each day to see what the next post is, and clearly their words have caught the attention of many. Secondly, I want to mention that the whole Google Translate thing is very stupid, but it's canon for this video. Please do not expect me to ever mention it or use it again. The whole Pokemon can't talk to humans normally bit is very important to many plots, so something as easy and widespread as Google Translate would kill off a ton of potential, so just ignore it, please. Lastly, I have no idea how well this whole thing is gonna go, so if this is something that you'd like to see more of and or would like to partake in, leave a comment. I might just do more because this, at least the interview part, was really fun. Anyways, another big thank you to Wyvern, and I'm out for real this time.